Hello, hello! Welcome back to a very special episode of VBS Event Summaries. Today is the long-awaited return of the World Link. It's been a good amount of time since I last covered a World Link, so allow me to give you a brief reminder on why these events are so special. World Link events have a longer total runtime compared to regular story events, spanning 13 days instead of the usual 9. Each character in the unit is given a chapter consisting of 2 story episodes, alongside an intro episode and an ending episode for the unit. These chapters are time-gated for about 3 days, which means that there's a good amount of time between each of the story plot lines. All that to say, this video's formatting will be a little more formulaic than most. Break Down the Wall ran on the JP server from January 9th through the 21st, 2024. The commission song for this event is Beyond the Way, which actually had me in such a chokehold for the longest time. I remember hearing the song and knowing it would become my entire personality for a good while. And it did. It truly did. Now, are you ready to go beyond the wayUH with our favorite street musicians? So, if you'll remember from last time, Kotaro has officially rejoined the Rad Weekend effort. Now he's coming along with VBS as they continue their training with Ken at different live houses all across Tokyo. Allow me to add that the 5 of them aren't singing together at the same time. VBS will go and sing their set list, and then Kotaro will go after. I just gotta make that distinction because I am not letting Kotaro get a free ticket on the VBS train. They end up winning their nightly event, and since they were asked to sing another song as a tiebreaker, everyone is thoroughly exhausted. It's a good thing that Ken has a meeting with the owner of Coal that night, which means no post-event practice. He leaves the kids to their own devices, whether that's practicing on their own or working on the tasks he assigned each of them, or whatever they so choose. Kotaro decides to head home and sing for his little brother, which means that Len is able to pop up as a hologram and let everyone know about the Sekai's new area. Of course, the first World Links mean a Sekai expansion, so why don't we go see what that's all about? The new area is a huge plaza, like really big. The Street Sekai has always alluded to more areas, and VBS tends to practice in the alleys around Meiko's cafe, but you can't actually go down any of the alleys in-game. This new plaza area probably just tripled the size of the Sekai. Everyone came along to explore the new area. It probably appeared due to some shift in the feelings of the group, since that's what's created the Sekai in the first place. Kaito suggests looking around. Huge pieces of graffiti sprawl across the walls and the ground, but there's a strange hole in one of the pieces on the wall of the building in the middle, almost like something is missing. As they look around, Akito compares the scenery to America, and Toya says the place looks a lot like Boston. I cannot confirm nor deny these claims, so I'll just take Toya's word for it for now. He's been there and I have not, so... Kohane says one of the alleys looks similar to a picture she saw of a street in Mexico. Could it be that these alleys are inspired by places from around the world? Suddenly, Rin and Len stumble upon a massive brick wall. It's taller than any of the other buildings with no clear way around it. After more exploring, they all discover that each alleyway is blocked by a similar, towering wall. VBS tries using dream logic to explain why the walls might be there. Maybe they're feeling stressed about surpassing Rad Weekend, and these walls are representative of that? And since the streets are modeled after several places around the world, wouldn't it make sense that their influence comes from VBS's larger goal of taking on the world? Makes sense to Miku. It seems like they need to reach their goals in order to break down these walls. Everyone wants to explore different alleys, so An suggests that they split up to cover more ground and report their findings afterwards. Sounds good to me. Let's start off those character chapters. Akito, Rin, and Len start off down an alley that looks like a street in Argentina. I should have guessed. It makes sense that a mysterious soccer ball would start rolling down an alley themed to Argentina, and it makes sense that Akito would be drawn to this particular area. They all reason that the soccer ball is here because of Akito, whether it's conscious or not. Rin asks to kick around the ball a little to try and shake some memories loose for Akito, and though begrudgingly, Akito does end up agreeing. Len kicks the ball a little too far away, and when Akito goes to retrieve it, he spots a flyer on the wall. It's a flyer for that event at Crawl Green. The one from his middle school days, not the one from One Sheep. Akito, I think you're onto something here. What if my painful emotions from back then are manifesting in the Sekai? Yep, I think that's a good theory. Soccer, past events gone wrong. But hey, this Shinonome isn't in the depressed group. Akito, that's your sister's thing. Len isn't gonna let you be all sad at a time like this. Despite all of the times Akito's been knocked down, he always gets back up, right? That's something to be proud of. Oh, this is big. Akito thinks about all of the hurdles he's overcome and where he's standing now, and thinks, I finally feel like I'm on the same level as everyone else. If that's not growth, I don't know what is. Suddenly, a white box appears on the wall blocking the alley. It looks to be about the same size and shape as a soccer goal. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Looks like Akito still got it after all. He kicks the ball at the drawing of the goal on the wall, and it cracks under the weight of Akito's fierce determination. Toya goes with Kaito down an alley that looks like the streets of Hamburg, Germany. There's also a bunch of flyers plastered all over the walls, and one of them is for Gurney Flap, which is the name of Soma and Arata's duo. Great name choice, guys. That sounds totally epic. As for the reason this flyer is here, it could be because Toya is really worried for the both of them. What if Arata never comes back? What if Soma stops making music for him? Toya thought these things in the wake of Arata's departure. Despite those worries, he still believes in the both of them. It seems like Toya's been thinking about Arata and Soma's relationship a lot. They're similar to him and Akito in a lot of ways, and just as Akito shared his dream with Toya, Soma shared his with Arata. It's not a bad thing for Arata to be singing for someone else's dream, so Toya will complete his assignment and then tell all of his thoughts and feelings to Arata. Oh, interestingly, some sheet music replaces some of the flyers on the wall behind Kaito. It's piano music for a song called Fantasy Impromptu. It's one of the songs Toya was forced to practice over and over again, and one that he's able to recognize from a single glance. So here's where Toya has his little I've come so far inner monologue. But at the back half of it, he suddenly perks up and excitedly tells Kaito that he knows what to do now. His assignment from Ken. He finally has a direction. While Toya and Kaito have some banter, I'd encourage you to go listen to the piano piece I mentioned earlier. Reminder that this is the little boy Harumichi Aoyagi was yelling at over not being able to play that song correctly. Bring back Harumichi so I can yell at him some more. To end off the chapter, a large splitting crack appears in the wall that's blocking their alley. What could that possibly mean? An is paired up with Miku for their little excursion. She stares up at the massive wall, stunned to silence. If these walls represent their goals, and therefore Rad Weekend, Nagi really did put on a legendary event, didn't she? It's so tall. But it's not like that's enough to diminish An's determination. Oh, but there still is one thing that's been tugging at the back of An's mind. Kohane. Right, An's feelings about her singing partner didn't exactly go away. They just went on the back burner for a while so An could process her grief. She needs to get some closure on these doubts of hers before they surpass Rad Weekend, because they definitely won't be able to do so if they're not completely unified. When the crack appears in the wall standing before An, a mysterious voice starts to sing from somewhere beyond. And I do mean that literally, because holy shit, the Sekai just conjured Nagi from thin air. She walks right past An, singing softly to herself. An and Miku chase after her, but it's like they're on two completely different planes of existence. No matter how fast An runs, she can't catch up to Nagi, who's still walking like nothing is wrong. An yells after her how it's not fair that she won't wait for An, even in the Sekai. Nagi always dropped everything for everyone else. Everyone except for An. Suddenly, Nagi stops and stares at the giant blank circle on the wall of the center building. She looks at it for a while, wistful, and then walks over to An and pats her on the head. Just as quickly as she came, the apparition of Nagi disappears. In her place is the song she and An used to sing together when An was little. enveloping the Sekai and bringing on to tears. They're good tears, though, full of what she still has to accomplish and all the goals she'll carry forward. Okay, after that absolute gut punch, Kohane is off exploring with Luca and Meiko. They keep running into dead ends, or rather, alleyways with giant walls blocking their path. It's like they're in a big circle, and the plaza is the center spoke. Kohane has her reflection moment, and Meiko tells her not to carry too much on her own. Honestly, Kohane's been having a pretty chill time compared to the others in her group, so there's not a whole lot this little walk can do to upset her, other than maybe poke at her insecurities. Nope, doesn't look like we're going down that path. The crack appears in the wall, and music plays from the other side, like what happened with On, but it's definitely more of a complete song than just someone singing. Kohane theorizes that once they surpass Rad Weekend, music from all over the world will spill out of the alleys and into the plaza. It'll be another way for them to grow and expand their horizons as they strive to take on the world. Well, after hearing each member of VBS say the same things 4 times in a row, who's ready for them to probably say the same thing again in the ending chapter? I mean, that's what I'm guessing will happen. Alright, everyone, place your bets. While you do that, VBS needs to report their findings to each other. Through Kohane's new theory, On is able to guess that the blank spot on the wall is reserved for the team that stands at the top of the world. It's like only legends get to etch their names into the walls, right? Only they get to be immortalized. Nagi never got the chance, but VBS does. So that's where the name of their event is going to go. The one that surpasses Rad Weekend. In the corner of the plaza, a seed born of all of their determination pushes through the concrete, reaching for the stars. Looks like the result of that bet is a resounding no. They didn't repeat themselves again. Look at you, Sega, you're learning. But that wraps up everything for the World Link. I don't know what I was expecting, but I really did not think we'd be getting a weird Sekai Nagi spirit thing. Talk about whiplash. Just like the N25 World Link, I don't think this one was overly plot relevant, but it did give us Beyond the Way, so I'm not complaining. It was my top VBS song for a while, and the first chart I ever cleared on Master. I love this thing so much, even if they've surpassed it now. Or at least, I think they've surpassed Beyond the Way. They've really gone beyond the wayUH. That's all I have to say for now, so make sure to tune in next time for Kohane's newest mixed event. Take the Best Shot is up next. I'll see you then.